I feel like Garry's mod and Silent Hill is a great combination. What with all the spooky videos and the ARGs out there, mixing the two together wouldn't be too out of place. And since it's Spooktober and Konami unveiled a butt ton of new Silent Hill games, here's a quick look at some maps based on the franchise. First off is RP_Silent Hill. This was made by Sergeant Sickness a long time ago, he states, during the days of Gmod 9. In his description, he mentioned that his skills weren't good back then, but I think otherwise. Through its simplistic quality, it kind of feels nostalgic, gives off Silent Hill 1 and 2 vibes. Now, the map isn't based on an actual layout from any of the games, but it does feature El Camilla Hospital to tie it down to Silent Hill. But since it's a map made for the role-playing game mode, there's plenty of shops and rooms to stay in. The interiors aren't anything that special, but hey, it's spacious. If I were to make one change to this map, it would be to change the light colors from warm yellows to something white, maybe dim them a little too. But yeah, you have shops, a jailhouse, a medical center inside the hospital, and plenty of trailers to live in. What I liked when going through this map was the atmosphere. The fog that engulfs the town and the overall grayish tone feels lifeless, perfect for a map based on Silent Hill. The textures are used mostly from Half-Life 2, but there are hints of custom textures as well. Overall, it's a great map aesthetically, and a good map for RP purposes, but I can't imagine who would want to RP as a citizen in Silent Hill. But what I said about nostalgia earlier, in a way this map felt like a place I used to come to often, where a lot of people used to be, but over time it all started to crumble. The people left, the businesses shut down, then the fog came in. There's just me now, walking aimlessly in the never-ending fog. It's a reminder of those early years of Gmod that I'll never get to experience again. Next up is RF Silent Hill by Renafox. This one is a lot smaller in size, but it makes up for it with a tad more detail. There's just 2 streets on the map, and not a whole lot of going on. This is a good map for posing purposes, I guess. And honestly, I was attracted to this map and the rest of the maps because of the fog. During the winters where I live, we have the exact kind of fog here in the early morning and late evenings. It sort of felt like walking through a familiar place while still feeling lost. The fog effect in the source engine might not be the best, but it still does the job pretty well. I also really like this area where the road is just missing. Like the whole block is just gone. This one also uses a mixture of Half-Life 2 textures and custom textures. There's also quite a few custom models as well. Good map. I was hoping there would be a map for Toluca Lake from Silent Hill 2. Well, there is one, but it isn't that special. SH Toluca Lake by Limo does get the job done, but I was very disheartened to see that the bathroom was not enterable. Plus the bloom on the map was turned up quite high. But apart from that, it does have the iconic starting area with the car parked. GM Big City SH by Stable is a Silent Hill variant of the famous map Big City. You would think that the map author would just add in some fog and call it a day, but it does have some good new additions to it. Plenty of broken down cars, these barriers, these logos, and quite a few new Easter eggs as well. What I particularly liked about this map was how the tall structures are partially hidden in the fog. It creates this ominous sense of the fear of the unknown. Monolithic buildings, empty streets, and not a soul in sight. Out of the million different variants this map got, the Silent Hill variant is one of my favorites. Something not Silent Hill related is GM Foggy Hills by Servo something 1999. While it is a new map, it has the exact same vibes I remember getting from downloading obscure maps from garrysmod.org. Do you remember that website? Before the workshop came along? I used to go there every single day and download all sorts of stuff. It still exists today, but it's nothing like how it was back in the late 2000s. Foggy Hill has what its name implies. Foggy Hills with a couple of houses in the middle. There's nothing special about this map, but it gave me this odd sense of happiness that I couldn't quite place my finger on. Must have been the nostalgic nerves kicking in. And finally, I want to give a special showcase to Silent Hill Condo by Sassy Ross. This is a map with a game mode combo that you can download from the workshop. It is a single player experience that takes place in the Silent Hill universe. I'm not going to go into much detail because it's very short, but it definitely is a must play. It's only 10 to 15 minutes long, has multiple endings and achievements, and has an amazing atmosphere to it. The story in the map is actually quite well written, and the overall mapping is just short of being a proper commercial game quality. Do check this out. Link to this and all the other maps will be in the description. And there you have it. I was in the mood for checking out some Silent Hill maps for Garry's mod. While there are quite a few, these were a handful that I really liked looking at. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and thanks to these members for supporting the channel: Marsleon, HL1+1, TRR Droid, The Hazardous Memer, Bipolit the Fighter, Forgotten, and Skyclad. You too can support the channel by clicking on the join button. It's not necessary, but all support is much appreciated. Thanks again for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one.